Hi, friends. This is Mrs. Francis. Welcome to Lesson 2. We are going to continue working on Bus 17. That's the text we are using for this week. I want to review quickly what we did on Lesson 1. For Lesson 1, we read pages 3 to 19, and we made a list of words that stood out as we were reading the text or after we read the text. The words that we wrote were Juan, Guatemala, Boston, education, nervous, school, bus 17. From that list of words, we made wonderful sentences, or at least I made, and I think were good sentences for the list of words. First one, Juan is from Guatemala. Juan lives in Boston. Juan is in the USA to get an education. Juan is nervous because he's new to a USA school. Bus 17 is the title of the book. So these are sentences that we created from pages 3 to 19. I also gave you a couple of questions to think beyond the text. These questions are critical thinking questions that do not require the text, but it's about what you think about the text and how does it make you feel and think about the text. So one of the questions was, how did you feel on your first day of school in the USA? So, as a reader, how did I feel? Just like our character who experienced feelings. So, my answer will be, on my first day of school in the United States, I felt very excited because I was in the United States, but I was very nervous too because I did not speak English. The other question was, do you think Juan is at the correct school or is he at the wrong school? I think, this is my sentence, I think Juan is at the wrong school because he can see that the building is different than the building that he and his mom went to when he registered for school. So today we are going to continue reading from page 20 to some pages, not the rest of the book, but we're going to continue using our chart. Remember, we're going to talk about what is the text saying, what am I thinking about the text, and how do I feel about the text? What emotions is it causing in me as I read, or how does the character feel in the story? Last lesson, lesson 1, we made a list of words after we read the text. Today, for lesson 2, we are going to read. And as we read, we're going to be adding our words. So it's just a different way to do it. You can do it either way. Make your list of words after you read all the book or all the pages, or you can make your list of words as you are reading a page. So that's what we are going to do. And we're going to start on page 20 and 21. Kids stumped past, and Juan realized they were too small. They couldn't be in high school. He was on the wrong bus. Slowly, Juan stepped onto a busy sidewalk. Kids streaming, that means they were running past him, around him. A woman nodded at the students. She had short brown hair and wore a dark suit. She looked like the head of a big company. Who do you think this woman was who was standing there greeting at the kids and also wearing a nice outfit? I'm going to go ahead and write the word high school because now I know that Juan is in high school. I don't know who this next character is. I just know she's all dressed up and she may look like the head of a big company. Hello. The woman walked over to Juan. She frowned. Are you in the right place? South Middle School? Juan shook his head. South High School. Oh, the woman smiled. Juan felt a little better. Bus 17, he told her. All right, we don't know yet who she is, but she's being very nice, right? She's being very friendly. She smiled, so she's making Juan feel very comfortable. I see you took the middle school bus 17. It stops at the same place as the high school bus, but it stops a half an hour earlier. Juan ground. Mm, he'd been too prepared. Oh gosh. I think he feels a little disappointed right now, but I'm going to finish this page before I add my word. I'm the principal here, the woman went on. She waited to make sure Juan understood. He knew the principal was in charge of the school, so he nodded. So here he is. You can see how disappointed and sad he looks. And here we have the definition for the word principal. Like Dr. A is the principal of a school. So I'm going to add two words. First, I'm going to add that he took the wrong bus, because now we know that he took bus 17, but it was to the middle school instead of the high school. So it was the wrong bus. I'm also going to write how he feels. I'm going to write the word disappointed. Disappointed is a feeling word that you know you did something wrong. You did not mean to do it, but you just did something wrong and you just feel bad about it. I'm also going to write the word principal, because now we know that the character who was being very nice to Juan and smiled and talking with him is the principal of a school, just like Dr. A is at Concord High School or at your school. She waved to a teacher. This student needs to go to the high school. She turned to Juan. He is an ELL teacher. He'll help you. The man wore jeans. He also looked like a student. Juan liked him right away. Here he is, the new ELL teacher. And he likes him, maybe because he feels like he looks like him or he looks like he's friendly, but he likes him. The teacher led Juan to the school office. In Spanish, he said he will call the high school. Juan waited. Hanging up the phone, the man said, "Someone will come get you." A bell rang. Beep. The teacher smiled and hurried away. Juan sighed. He forgot to say thank you. Another mistake. I wonder where the teacher is going. If the bell rang, maybe he's going to class, don't you think? I'm going to add the word Spanish here, because now I know that my main character, and of course the ELL teacher, speaks Spanish. A little while later, a voice called, "Juan!" Another man poked his head into the office. "Hola, I'm Mr. Carr," he said, "from the high school. Let's go." The man was young and seemed very nice too. Juan nodded. He was glad the man was there to help. Wow, I am so happy for Juan because even though he was disappointed and that he was sad because he was at the wrong school, he is also getting a lot of help from the principal, from the ELL teacher, and now this new teacher, Mr. Carr, who is going to take him from the middle school to the high school. Let's walk across the field, Mr. Carr said. He led Juan outside and pointed. The high school is on the other side. He explained that the two schools shared sport fields. So the middle school and the high school, they were next to each other. And this field was shared. The middle school students will use it and the high school students will use it. This is where the soccer team plays, the man said. The man is Mr. Carr. Juan smiled and talked about his all-football team. Mr. Carr nodded. He understood. Of course, football is soccer. Football is the sport that he probably plays. So I'm going to go ahead and write because he told a story. So Juan was telling Mr. Carr a story about his favorite sport. And notice that it doesn't say soccer, even though he told him there was a soccer field for a soccer team. He said, I have a team for a football. So I'm going to write the word football. All right, we are going to stop here. And tomorrow for lesson 3, we're going to find out what happens when Juan makes it to his new high school. All right, so I have my words. High school, wrong bus, disappointed, principal, Spanish, help, and football. Some of them, of course, are phrases, not words, but it's okay to have phrases as well if that is what we take away from our text. So using these sentences, these words, we're going to make sentences. So the first one will be high school. So now I know that Juan is a high school student. He's not a teacher. He's a high school student. So I'm going to use the word high school, but I'm not going to start with high school. I'm going to start with Juan. Juan is in high school. And I got a period right here. And maybe I need to make it so I can have enough room so you can see in high school. There you go. Now you can see my period because all sentences have to have capitals and periods. Juan is in high school. I'm going to cross it out because I used that one. Wrong bus. What do we mean by wrong bus? He took the wrong bus, right? He got on the wrong bus. He took the bus to the middle school instead of the high school. Let's make it simple and say that he took the wrong bus. He took the wrong school bus. He took the wrong school bus, and period. Notice how the word took is when you take something, it happens right now. So if he's taking the bus right now, you will use the word TAKING because he's taking it or he takes the bus. But took takes it for the past because that's something he already did. So if that's something that already happened, we're going to use the word took. He, which is Juan, and it has a capital letter, took the wrong school bus. I'm going to cross that out. And next one is disappointed. Disappointed is a feeling, right? So we can use the word that he feels disappointed. And why is he disappointed? Because he took the wrong bus, because he ended up in the wrong school. We already said that he took the wrong bus. So maybe now we can say he feels disappointed because he is at the wrong school. He feels. Instead of saying is, we can use the word feels. He feels disappointed. And here's the big because, it's a big word. Because he is at the, not the right school, but the wrong school. Wrong school. Okay, that's a sentence. He feels disappointed because he is at the wrong school. All right, so now I have 1, 2, 3 good sentences. Let's read these sentences before we add some more. My turn. Juan is in high school. Read it with me. Juan is in high school. My turn. He took the wrong school bus. Read it with me. He took the wrong school bus. My turn. He feels disappointed because he is at the wrong school. Read it with me. He feels disappointed because he is at the wrong school. Very well. We're going to go ahead and erase these sentences just because my board is too small and I need to make room for my next sentences. I'm going to go ahead and cross disappointed. Now I have the word principal. Oh my goodness, the principal was very nice with him. What did she do? She helped him, right? Yes. The principal, helped, and I'm going to add ed because help is something that you do right now, is a verb that is in the present. Helped, adding the ed means that it already happened. So we're going to add ed. The principal helped Juan. How did she help him? She did not take him to the new school. She made him feel better, remember? He was feeling so disappointed, so frustrated, that maybe he was able to take a breath because she knew that someone was going to help him. So the principal helped Juan feel better. I could say that the principal helped him, and that would be a good sentence, but I would want to say more about she helped him feel better because I do see that in the text, how he feels better after she started helping him. I'm going to cross out principal. Spanish. What do we know about Spanish? That's his language. Very good. He speaks. That's what we do with our language. Of course, we read it and we write it, but he speaks Spanish. We can say he. Actually, I can't say he because it looks like I might be talking about the principal. So we're going to go ahead and go back and say Juan, okay? Just because it will flow a little better knowing that we're back talking about Juan and not the principal. Juan speaks Spanish. Oh, I was sick and fit it here. Spanish. Oh, I do. Juan speaks Spanish. And I'm going to add an S right here to the word speak because it's talking about just one person. He or she speaks. Okay. Oh, here's the word help. Yes. the principal helped, but someone else helped them. Mr. Carr and the ELL teacher helped Juan do what? How did they both help him? They helped him get from the middle school to the high school. So we can say teachers, because there was two of them. Teachers helped. Now remember, we talked about the ED. It's not happening right now. So what we do is if it already happened, we're going to add the ED. Teachers helped Juan get to his high school. Oh. Teachers, and that includes the ELL teacher and Mr. Carr. Teachers helped Juan get to his high school. And one more thing I learned about Juan is that he plays football, or he likes football. What do we want to say? We want to say that he likes it. If he was talking about it, it's because he likes it. So I'm going to add Juan likes football. Okay, let's go ahead and read our sentences. My turn. The principal helped Juan feel better. Read it with me. The principal helped Juan feel better. My turn. Juan speaks Spanish. Read it with me. Juan speaks Spanish. My turn. Teachers helped Juan get to his high school. Read it with me. Teachers helped Juan get to his high school. My turn. Juan likes football. Read it with me. Juan likes football. So that is the end of today's lesson. We read quite a few pages of our book. And next we are going to find out what do we think is going to happen when he gets to his school. So that could be a question we can answer in our Padlet, in our Google Classroom, or you can answer in this video below and tell us what is going to happen when he gets to his high school. Is he going to feel nervous just like he did on the bus? How do you think he is going to feel? And you can say something like, I think, because we are predicting, we are talking about something that we don't know yet. So we could be right or we could be wrong about our answer because we don't know. That's what prediction means. So you can say, I think Juan is going to be, and I'm going to leave it up to you to answer. Okay, Juan is going to be, and we can either say nervous, we can say happy, or we can say sad. Remember, he is coming to a new school, so what do we think? How do you think he's going to feel? All right, so that's lesson number 2. Stay tuned for lesson number 3. Bye.